So, unless you've been living under a rock yesterday, you may have heard that the federal government or members of the House and Congress were attempting to pass a continuing resolution. They say this is an attempt to continue to fund the government and to try to provide disaster relief for hurricane victims and things like this, which I am supportive of. But what we got was a completely bloated 1,500-page bill filled with absolute insanity that they tried to shove down the American people's throats at the very last second. And of course, Speaker Mike Johnson, who I had hoped was turning a new leaf and becoming a more trustworthy individual, proved once again that he is a spineless snake who will give Democrats anything that they want. And while I am angry that they attempted to do this, I'm also very happy for two main reasons. I am happy because it failed. It absolutely failed miserably. The bill is now dead. And the second reason I'm happy is the reason that the bill is dead is because of the people's response on X. That's why. The people got loud, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, people were losing their minds seeing this insane stuff that is in this bill. They responded on X. They were calling their representatives. They were going. We, the people, stood up and said, screw you guys. Screw the federal government. If this is the stuff that you're going to try to do to us at the last second, at midnight or whatever, when no one's paying attention, we're not doing this crap. We're going to cause all kinds of problems for you if you're going to continue to do this. Well, you had Vivek Ramaswamy going off, which I'm going to get to. You had Elon going off. You had Donald Trump and J.D. Vance who stepped in and according to members of Congress, they're the ones that eventually were able to get this shut down. I mean, there was some insane stuff in this bill, ladies and gentlemen, which I'm going to go ahead and get right into. We got this video from Vivek Ramaswamy from Colin Rugg. Vivek Ramaswamy rips Speaker Johnson's funding bill, says the government is trying to waste your money without telling you. Here is what is inside. Let's listen to this video.
Congress is about to pass a bill that blows away your taxpayer money, but they made it over 1,500 pages long so you wouldn't read it. I did you a favor. I read it for you.
It's supposed to be about keeping government operations open and providing disaster relief aid to hurricane victims, which I'm sympathetic to. But if you read the bill carefully, it contains pay raises for members of Congress, and I'm not making this up, an expansion of their federal health benefits. It contains all kinds of special interests and pork funding, including opening up a new stadium in Washington, D.C. It renews the Global Engagement Center, which is a key node of the censorship industrial complex. And the worst part is, they didn't want you to know about any of it, and that's why they made this a last-minute jam job. The reason I'm co-heading DOGE is I think we need outsiders to bring actual accountability to Washington, D.C. So feel free to call your congressman and let him know how you feel about it.
Congress is about to pass a bill.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. That's just a few of the things that were in this bill. Pay raises for Congress, expansion of their federal health benefits. Ladies and gentlemen, we're still struggling to make ends meet. Donald Trump is not yet in office. He has not been able to do the things that he said he wants to do on the campaign trail because he is not yet in office, which means the economy still sucks. The American people are still struggling. And yet these scumbags in Congress, this is what they do. This is what they do. Pay raises for themselves as if they did anything the last 4 years to deserve it. Absolute scumbags. Expansion of their federal health benefits. While the average American cannot afford health care. Absolutely insane, man. Opening up a stadium in Washington, D.C.? Have you lost your ever-loving mind? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how we fix this. I mean, I'm happy we have people who are going about this and who are stepping in, and these are people who are much smarter than I am. So I'm very happy about that. This is what Elon Musk had to say about this bill. He said, from Ian Yeager, breaking: Elon Musk calls for an immediate primary challenge for any Republican that votes for the 1,547-page continuing resolution spending bill. Any member of the House or Senate who votes for this outrageous spending bill deserves to be voted out in 2 years. Now, we know, ladies and gentlemen, that is not an empty threat. We know that is not an empty threat because Elon Musk has specifically started his own super PAC specifically to go after corrupt politicians and to fund their primary challengers. This is the whole reason why he created his, I believe it's called the American PAC, something like that. I apologize. I don't have the exact name of it right in front of me. But this is the reason why. And he's the richest man on the planet. I mean, the guy, when this guy says he's coming after you, or he's gonna fund your primary challenger, you can't just discount what he's saying because he's got the resources and the money to make it happen. Stuff like this is why I am happy today, because through X, through this fantastic resource that is available free to the people of this country and to the world, we were able to call out our officials in government, and we were able to say, no, you're not going to do this. And if you do this, your career is over. It's over. We are going to throw you out of Congress with the rest of the trash. I mean, corrupt officials. Let's be honest. They're trash. But let's get to this right here. This is so big, man. From the New York Post: bloated federal funding bill is scrapped after Trump-boosted revolt, Rep. Scalise confirms. Ladies and gentlemen, I fully believe that the response from the American people on X was being watched by many, many people in government, especially Donald Trump. We've already seen this before. Where Donald Trump tried to, I forget the guy's name. He was a former police officer or police chief, I believe, down in Florida, or a former sheriff. And Donald Trump had tried to make this guy a part of his cabinet. He tried to put him in not his cabinet. He tried to give this guy a position in Donald Trump's federal government. I forget the guy's name, and I forget the position Donald Trump was trying to put him in. But the people responded with rage. And the reason why is because this former sheriff, back during COVID, had thrown a pastor in prison for attempting to host services at his church, which, of course, is illegal for this sheriff to do that because pastors hosting services are protected under the First Amendment. We have a right to free speech, and we have a right to peaceably assemble. Those are not just thrown out the window because there's a disease with a 99% survivability rate. You absolute dinguses. I apologize. I get, the COVID stuff just caused a lot of trauma, guys. I'm working through it, okay? Like I get a little worked up when it comes to the whole COVID stuff. But but yeah, the people responded with rage, and Donald Trump said, "Oh, wow, people don't like this guy. And I don't agree with what this guy did." So, because of the response from the American people and because of what this guy had done, Donald Trump responded by saying he's no longer going to be a part of my government. It's huge, man. It's absolutely huge, and it shows that Donald Trump is listening to the people, which is exactly what this government was supposed to be for. It's supposed to be listen to the people and give them what they want. But let's go ahead and read this article here. The bloated congressional funding bill that faced a mass Republican revolt aided by President-elect Donald Trump has been scrapped. This is from the New York Post. Bloated federal funding bill is scrapped after Trump-boosted revolt, Rep. Scalise confirms. Scalise, a Republican from Louisiana, affirmed to reporters that the spending package, which would have funded the government until mid-March, is dead, leaving Congress scrambling to come up with a new agreement ahead of a looming government shutdown on Saturday. I say, ladies and gentlemen, the best Christmas gift you can give me is a government shutdown. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the reason why I say that is because everyone loves to blow government shutdowns out of proportion. The last time the government was shut down, let's think about it. Just think about the last time the government was shut down. It didn't really affect your life all that much, now did it? It's like, because the states have their own governments, ladies and gentlemen. It's like this, like things just keep on moving, okay? The federal government is not as important as they make themselves out to be. That's all I'm saying, okay? There's still a lot of negotiations and conversations going on, Scalise said, noting there's no agreement on how to proceed. A large contingent of House Republicans guffawed at the 1,500-page continuing resolution that Speaker Mike Johnson drafted in a negotiation with Democrats. Of course he did, you spineless snake. Gosh, man. Who would likely try to hold up the bill in the Senate if they didn't get their measures in. The revolt was spearheaded by Elon Musk, one of Trump's closest advisors and co-chair of the non-governmental Department of Government Efficiency, as he went on a tirade on X Wednesday against Republicans who supported the stopgap measure. Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance then weighed in on the GOP battle in a lengthy statement issued from the Ohio Senators' X account, in which they called on Republicans to be tough and smart and not accede to Democratic requests. The leaders also issued a new directive that had not been issued previously. Had not been discussed previously, pass a debt limit increase before Trump comes into office. So the deliberations are held now under President Biden's term. Now, where do we go from here, ladies and gentlemen? I am someone that is not happy about the idea of increasing the debt limit. This is not something that I want. This is not something that I really support. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't have all of the information, and maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. I think the federal government has accrued enough debt. They've accrued enough debt. They do not need to increase the debt limit. What they need is fiscal responsibility. What they need is to balance a budget that's going to pay off debt, that is going to help the government to increase economic activity, that is going to force the government to live within their means. Okay, we the people, on a daily basis, we have to form budgets. We have to, manage our money, and we have to live within our means to make sure that we're able to make ends meet. Whereas the federal government's just like, no, screw all of you. We're just going to keep taking on debt. screwing all of you over, destroying the value of your currency, which of course is a tax because it increases inflation. And there's nothing you can do about it because we have the military and we'll just kill you. That's the reality. The federal government has the monopoly on physical violence. They have the monopoly on violence. It's the reality. This is what they do, man. I am very unhappy and very angry that Speaker Mike Johnson did this. I hope he is removed from his position. I hope he is removed from his position as Speaker. Get somebody else in there, man. Get somebody else in there who's not a snake like he is. Clearly, he can't be trusted in his position. If he's going to go behind the backs of the American people and do grimy stuff like this, get him out. However, I am very happy that we, the people, were able to stand up, that we have people like Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy and Donald Trump who are willing to listen to the American people and who are willing to fight on behalf of the American people to put a stop to insane things like this, man. I think we're winning, ladies and gentlemen. I truly do. I believe we're winning. I'm going to leave it there. I'll have another video coming for you guys. Man, it's probably going to be a little bit. We're going to have Christmas break coming up pretty quickly. I'm probably not going to have another video coming out for quite a bit. Okay, so that could change. It could not. I don't know. But if you want to support this channel, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down in the comment section, share the show with your friends, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we put out new videos. Follow me on all the socials down in the description, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there, guys. Bye-bye.